Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video I'm going to be covering another one of the bosses for the Aladia events that go live on our servers on Friday this week, so only a few more days to wait now. In my previous few videos I've showcased the Radiance boss, the Necrosis boss and the Lightning boss, I believe. However, this video I'm going to be showing you the Poison boss. Before I get into that though, I do just want to say a huge thank you to Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring this video. If you are enjoying the look of the game, please do remember to click the link in the description or the pinned comment to give it a try and download the game. So, as for this boss, it's a little bit of a step up if you haven't got certain heroes, and I guess it's a little bit more of a gear check in terms of surviving the fight. First of all though, I'm just going to jump in and look through the skills. It is the kind of mirror of a hero who already exists in the game, as much as visually it doesn't look like it. You may recognise the skills to be Stegomoffin, the legendary support from the poison element. So first of all, the passive here, when the monster deals damage to enemies, there is a 25% chance of inflicting one debuff randomly, selected from the following for 10 seconds. So attack penalty 1, crit rate penalty, crit damage penalty and attack speed penalty. So they are all kind of offensive stats that are being nerfed from this. So having this on your supports isn't too big of a deal. Next up, the normal passive all the bosses have that's immune to control effects, and the stacking damage buff. So whenever the boss uses its ultimate skill, it's going to gain a stack of total damage bonus permanently every single time, and that increases the damage by 200%. And that is unstoppable, undispellable, and permanent. Next up, we've got the battle skill, which the boss will repeat twice, so deals poison damage to the enemy with the highest attack, marking them for 6 seconds. During this time, the hero will shoot an additional arrow at them when launching a basic attack, dealing additional poison damage. So, as I said, that will use that twice. And then finally, the ultimate skill, summoned a magic nexus that lasts 8 seconds in the target area, dealing poison damage to enemies within range every 1 second. While the magic nexus exists, enemies who die in it cannot be resurrected. So the way we get around this is, just try and find the team, this one here, so let's equip that. So we position our heroes in a way so that only the tank and the healer are taking the debuffs. So as you can see here, I've got 2 range gathered at the back and then a third separated away from everybody, and my tank and my healer are close together. The reason for this is it will bait the vortex to go onto those 2 at the front and nobody else will get hit, so you don't have to worry about taking any damage or any debuffs from any of your damage dealers. The other way to get around this fight is to deal with the battle skill with the highest attack target being marked. Is I've chosen to use Fathom Down, and I've built him with a large amount of attack. The reason for this is he does actually scale on attack, so all of his damage is attack based, and he has quite a nice base attack as it is. So I've built him with a large amount of attack, and he's also wearing the Rascal Slingshot artifact to increase his attack even more. Given the fact that he's already being built with a large amount of accuracy, it gives him a huge amount. So he's the only one who's ever going to be getting hit by the battle skill. He's going to get marked straight away. And the healer I'm using here is Estella. So she's built in the Ancestral Protection set just to reduce the amount of damage everyone else is taking, as well as taking damage from herself. Reducing damage she's taking herself. She's wearing the Everlasting Diamond artifact just to increase her healing. She does scale from Enlightenment. As you can see, I have built her with a large amount of Enlightenment as well. Next up, we've got my damage dealers. So first off, I'm using Nimbus the Epic. The reason for Nimbus is he hits incredibly fast, which helps my other damage dealers. And he is also a multi-hitter on his ultimate skill, so he's using Witch's Remains to guarantee that I get defense penalty wherever possible. Next up, I've got Tharavol. So Tharavol is my next damage dealer. He's just built with a crit and crit damage build with a good amount of attack, nothing crazy. And he's wearing the Rhapsodist set to increase his attack speed and also make his basic attack ignore defense due to the fact he's dauntless. He is constantly firing basic attacks. And lastly, we've got Avelios. So Avelios is built with attack and enlightenment build due to the fact he deals derivative damage on his passive skill whenever other dauntless heroes attack. So the more attacks you get, the more damage you're going to get from your Avelios. And so I've got him set up in a nice build for that. I don't actually have an aura available for this fight, so we won't be using one here. And I don't have any skill timings either. It's all just set to go free for all. So I'm going to start the run. What I'll do is I'll jump out. I will be back at the end of the run and we'll talk about how it went. But as you can see straight away, the Fathom Down has been marked with the boss's battle skill. And yeah, so he's going to be continually getting hit by the battle skill and the extra debuffs that the boss is placing. However, it's insane how much control he actually brings. And as you can see there, though, on the ultimate skill, the vortex gets placed on the healer and the tank, and nobody else gets hit. So if I pop the damage meter up here, I'll jump out and I'll be back at the end of the run.
Strike true. The title.
I'll not allow any
Wind trees. Unleash my anger. Howling gale. The title. My arrows strike true.
I'll not allow any competitive.
And there we go. So we are coming towards the end of the run now at just under 58 million damage, which is way above the 22 million damage requirement. Obviously, this has got some quite good gear in this run. However, given the fact that as of Friday we can start fully farming legendary gear, it shouldn't be too unobtainable. I didn't go for some kind of crazy unobtainable builds with perfect stats in every slot. I went for fairly achievable builds on everybody. So this is a team that if you happen to have the legendary Fathom down and a good healer, Estella isn't even the greatest healer. It's just a case of somebody who can survive. Your tank Fathom down is really good for this fight. He immunes most of the debuffs. He provides a large amount of control, attack penalty, and you can build him with really high attack to completely mitigate the boss's mechanics. It just makes this boss incredibly smooth. The reason I said at the start it's a bit of a gear check is because when we first reach this boss, obviously you're going to want to make sure that those two, your tank and your healer, can survive all of those hits while also being built for attack. So it's really important to to make sure you can do that. I don't know exactly what the requirements will be to survive, but the builds I've managed to throw together on this server have certainly been fine. I don't think they were even close to dying at any point. So that is all for this video. As I said, obviously, at the start of the video, a massive thank you to Dragonheir for sponsoring this video. If you are enjoying the look of the game, please do remember to click the link in the description and or the pinned comment and get involved. But other than that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.